type seat, and you could tip it up enough that he could see around and everything, but he was facing backwards, I think. I
No,
can't remember for sure.
facing forward.
Was it
Yep.
forward? Anyway,
A little yellow one.
I had him on mine. Well, Robert was always stronger than me in that way, at least on the bike. So he's tooling along up Southern Parkway, and there was an area where you had to get off of the bridle path because there was a big hole, puddle like place. So I was on the grass, and on the grass it had a big steep rise at that point. And I thought nothing of it because I was just tooling along. I hit that thing, and that bike went upside down and backwards. And there's my little boy on the ground with a bike on top of him, and me screaming, "Robert, I'm coming!" Oh, I was so afraid to pick that bike up and see what was left. And he didn't even know what happened. He's like, "Oh well, Mama throws me around all the time."
So now we know what's wrong with you.
That's what you think. There's so many more stories.
Well, I think it was before that. Because I'm not kidding you. All kinds of things happened to him, and he slept through them. He didn't even know what happened. He's like,
That tracks.
"Where is everybody?"
That tracks. He still does that.
Pillow over his head and he wouldn't
Ever. If you
And
do it
Abby's
right.
just like that too.
So was Robert.
Um,
I used to tell Robert that an airplane could land on the bed and he wouldn't even notice.
The next door neighbors put in a concrete driveway. Their bedroom was 10 foot from that driveway. The concrete truck running for the entire day, Dad slept through it. I mean, it was a mixing truck outside the window, 10 foot away. Nope. Just never,
And
the whole
Donna
house
was
shaking.
probably awakened before it got all the way down the street the first time.
That's me. That's me for sure.
I can sleep through a thunderstorm a lot of times, but Robert, that phone could be right beside his bed when we had old landlines, turned up all the way, his alarm going off, me calling him over and over on the phone, and he's totally out.
That's your son. Now he has gotten better, but that's your son.
I cannot tell you how many times I had to walk home from Iroquois Middle on Southern Parkway because Dad would say, "Well, just call me. You know, if I'm not there, just call me. I'll be
Yeah.
there shortly." And so I'd wait 10, 15 minutes after school. Everyone else has left. All the buses have left. I go in. I use my 1/4. I think it was up to a quarter by then. And I call Dad. Nothing. It'd ring off the hook. And so now I'm 25, 30 minutes past when school let out. And now I get to walk home. Because once you start on the track, it's like if I walk Southern Parkway so that I can hope to see Dad and catch a ride, well, then I've walked a quarter mile out of the way because I'm going all the way up to the park and all the way down. So the easy solution is you cut behind all the schools, you cut behind Iroquois High, and then you go over to Brookline, and that's before there was ever even a light there. But if Dad was waiting over at the school, then he's mad. I'm tired, and
Right.
and I still had to, another 45-minute walk. But yeah, there was some confusing times before cell phones because
I had a
that was
flat
just
tire in front of the school when I was dropping you and I think Rod off back down by the river on Langdon,
Wellington.
or whatever that street was. Mariemont.
Mariemont. Yeah, Landrum was off of Lower Hunters.
And I guess I went inside the school because I certainly didn't have a phone and called. And I had that deal. You let it ring.
Yeah.
What was it? 3
You,
times.
you let it
and
ring
you
twice, hang up, call
Yes,
back.
and then you call right back, and that means it's important. You got to answer this. It's not a spam call or a friend or something.
And then you didn't lose your quarter that way.
No, you
Well,
lost if
I
they hung up.
called,
So, yeah.
and I called, and I called, and I needed to get to school myself from there.
Yep.
And some man finally came in, helped me change the tire because it was all muddy, and I couldn't get the jack safely placed. And then I was able to go on to school, but I was furious because not only did that upset you all, because I didn't get all the way up to the school. I was like out on the road, on the edge of the road. You had to walk up. And then to be late myself, and I was in school clear across the city, so the whole day was...
It was probably just a bad day altogether because
It was
I rode the
definitely.
bus. So
It
if
definitely
mom was
was.
taking us, then we already did something wrong that morning.
Well, and then what would gripe me, I would start telling Bob what horrible things my day had been, and I would say, and no, I couldn't get the tire changed for a long time, blah blah blah, and he'd say, well, why didn't you call me? That is the urge to kill. He is lucky if he made it that long.
It's true though. He would always say
He
that.
did that every time one of
Why
you
didn't you
all
just
called.
call me? It's like, what do you think that was?
He said, well, the phone was right beside you. Why didn't you call?
You know,
And at that point, I'm thinking, there's a lot of things I'd like to call you. I don't think I'm supposed to say them, but
all very
If
true
you go to-
stories.
and Jesus did say that your thoughts matter a lot to God. 'Cause He knows them. And in that case, I may not make it.
Just ask for forgiveness. You'll be okay.
There you go. There you go. Oh,
I
good
wonder if
times.
his ears are itching up there.
Oh goodness.
If God ever called him by phone, he wouldn't make it.
Pretty sure she said he lived that long because God had been calling him home for a long time. He just didn't hear it.
Well, he said the angel would be blowing the trumpet. That's not going to do it.
Oh my God.
The trumpet was right behind you. I didn't know it.
He'll have to stick a pin in his bone or something.
Oh goodness. That's
Splash
rich.
him with holy water in his face.
Oh.
Because it's cold holy water.
Oh, hey, tell Chris about the time when you woke him up with a piece of ice.
No.
She just said you had to sprinkle holy
Oh, I
water to wake him up, and then it made me think about the time when you used the ice cube to get him up.
I think I've heard about it.
It
Last.
Dripped it in his
is
ear.
ear.
Mom got a horse.
I
and
did
I
that
took
to
water
Bob
and
a few times, and the first time it worked. After that, he just swatted at me and slept on. I was like, oh, I remember what that's about. I'm not getting up.
When Abby was little bitty, like I mean Lorelai, she had just come out of her baby bed, and we had her in a toddler bed. I mean, just had her in this toddler bed. I knew I was gonna have troubles with this girl. Would not wake up in the morning, and I would try everything to get her awake, and she'd say, "Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone." And so I go over and I flipped on her light, and I always have bright lights because I like bright lights. I flipped on that light, and I mean a demon child came out of this. She said, turn that light off right now. I was. I went over to the lady and said, Mark, I need you. I yelled down, come up here. So I said, flip that light on. So Mark flipped that light on and you hear, turn that light off right now. He said, girl, you better get out of that bed. And meanwhile, I'm dying. I'm laughing so hard. He said, don't you talk to me like that. And she turned around and she said, Sid, turn that light on. I knew I was going to have troubles. Oh. And Abby, she sleeps like that. She is gone to the world. We were worried about her the other night. She went home. She was exhausted. Went home 6 o'clock in the afternoon, about 6:30. So I don't know, somewhere around there. 10:30 rolls around. I hadn't heard from her. I said, she's still asleep. She's got to get her lesson plans done for tomorrow. We called and called and called. She finally answers, and I mean, Lorelai, she was out. We could make out what she's saying.
Yeah, probably.
We looked at each other. He said, Abby, you're fading away. What are you saying? Blah, 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 blah. I said, Abby, you have been asleep since I know of by 8 o'clock. And I said, don't you have work to do? She said, that's why I'm up. You're not up.
Are you sure you know whether you're up or not?
She was not. And then she said, I said, I'm up. I said, here, Mark, you deal with her. I'm not dealing with her. She was not up. And she did not get up until like 3:30 in the morning.